Today I want to talk to you about supply and demand. A lot of people believe that business value is a product of the profit, a multiple of earnings, a multiple of profit. And that's often the case. But another thing that affects value is supply and demand. You see, if we've got a business in a marketplace where there's high supply, a lot of those businesses are on the market, and the supply exceeds the demand for those businesses, then the value is going to decline, the value is going to be low. Conversely, if we've got a business where there's very limited supply and demand is high, the values are going to rise. So there's some examples of this. At the moment, there is a lot of hospitality businesses on the market, and there's probably more cafes, or nearly as many cafes and restaurants for sale as there are buyers. Or maybe there's even more businesses on the market than there are buyers. So that's tending to push value down because supply exceeds demand. In another market, such as childcare, it's the other way around. There's a limited amount of businesses available and a lot of people want to get into that market, so they're prepared to pay more for it. So when we're looking at business value, it's not just a function of the profit or a multiple of profit or multiple of earnings. The real thing the other big factor that's affecting value right now is supply and demand. So we could have a great cafe making good money, we won't get a very high multiple if there's a lot of supply out there. And as I said, childcare is one of those businesses where there's a lot of people want to get in and not much available. As soon as something comes on the market, it gets sold, and it gets sold at a higher price every time. So when you're thinking about selling your business, you really need to think about what's the supply and demand situation like. And the other factor that can help you maximize your value is to know if demand rises or falls during the year, and therefore there may be a better time of the year to put your business on the market. For example, in the hospitality area, believe it or not, particularly in the northern areas of Australia, so it's Queensland and even parts of WA, the value is higher because the demand is higher in January and February, and even March and April. And then it really falls off during July and August. So if you were going to sell one of those businesses and you wanted to get the best price, early in the calendar year is the best price to put it on the market. And the middle of the year is probably the worst time because the demand is low and the supply is high. So when you come to think about what your business is worth and how you're going to sell it and get the best price or what it's worth, really think about the supply and demand situation. Now, if you don't know what supply and demand are like, you need to talk to a business broker who knows what they're talking about, who's got some experience, and they'll probably be able to tell you what the supply is like in your market and what the demand is like right now. That's the benefit of talking to an experienced business broker. At Benchmark Business Sales, we've got about 60 people around Australia who are all qualified through benchmark systems, who really know the market and know your market, and they're able to help you to get the best value that you can for your business right now today. So give us a call.